Right, I now want to turn to LaTeX, font styles, page headings, and some concluding thoughts for this section. Again, let's share my screen. Font styles. So you'll have seen in these examples that LaTeX typesets most of a document in a Roman font, computer modern, it's called. Such serif fonts are best for a reader's comprehension. So I recommend you use a font with serifs like Computer Modern or like the Palatino that I've got on this website, which I request on this website. Now, section and subsection titles are typeset in boldface. LaTeX got lots of other styles available. You can access them via the following commands. You can say \emph and then braces surrounding a text, and that is to invoke italics for emphasis and sometimes addresses, but it's basically for emphasis and hence its name. But note it's logical. There is TextTT, which typesets its argument in a fixed width teletype font, and that's useful for code fragments, code commands, and the like. There's also text boldface, typesetting, text BF, typesetting boldface, but avoid it and try to use the logical command instead. And I'll say more about that sort of issue later. So yeah, you'd use these commands in the following way. You might have a sentence, blah, 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 and you want to emphasize something such as this is in italic, so you emphasize it, \emph. Let's have a look what I've emphasized in source5.fractals. So here, I want to emphasize this statement in the abstract. So let's see that. And you can see over here that it's typeset in italics for emphasis. Now, what about some of the other examples, such as TextTT for fixed width font? Well, that's useful for things like email addresses. So I've put my email address in here within a TextTT, and you see it's appeared in the document in a fixed width font that looks like a computer font. I haven't done any bold facing. So that's just two examples. These style changes are cumulative, by the way. So it's logically possible to have emphatic boldface font by putting that in your source. There's the caveat, provided the fonts are actually on your LaTeX system, which they may not be, but I think that is. So I want to move on now to page headings and footings. Now, LaTeX default is to number each page by having the page number centered in the footing, and which you can't see here because I've made the margin too small. Let's try a bigger margin. Okay, and there we can see the number, page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on. That's the default. It's okay, but it's more informative to have a running page header with the section and the page number in it. And that's very straightforward to do with page style headings in preamble. So let's put that there, typeset it, and now you have a look and page numbers in the bottom. If I and I promised it would go to the top. Well, yes, it does go to the top, to the heading. You can see that on page 2. But because this is a title page, the page number should still be at the bottom. And LaTeX knows that and puts it there. LaTeX knows best. Anyway, you see that all the other pages have the section name of that page and the page number automatically approved. So scaling dimensionally starts on this page, page 3. Still going on page 4, and indeed on page 5. If you're really keen, you can design your own running header using the page style my headings and specify what they're going to do with something called mark right. I won't give you an example of that. So I want to finish off this section, this quick starting section, with a summary. What's the main points? Leave the details of typesetting to LaTeX because it knows best. It knows about printer's wisdom that Knuth and Lamport encoded. Wherever possible, tell LaTeX the logical structure of your document and it will do the rest. Do not meddle. You've got to ask yourself, you might be tempted to use all capitals somewhere. Ask yourself why. If you're typesetting a section header, use the section command. If you want to emphasize something, use emph. These are all logical commands. They're the best ones to use. If you want to use a 3-letter acronym, TLA, short for 3-letter acronym, you could use all capitals, but better is to use text SC. SC is for small caps, TLA. Another example, you might be tempted to underline. Why? If you're emphasizing, use emph. If it's a web address or URL, use the URL package and \URL. And I'll talk more about packages later. Avoid the habits generated by 19th century technology of typewriters. Move to the logic of 21st century. Do not use all capitals. Do not underline. Right? That's old technology. Typewriters. George Bernard Shaw, it's a key comment. The only thing that never looks right is a rule. In other words, do not underline. There is not in existence a page with a rule on it that cannot be instantly and obviously improved by taking the rule out. Now, this is all related to the last thing I want to comment on. What you have to do, and it's difficult, is to abandon that most dangerous thought, I like. Because you are the author, not the reader. You are writing for someone else to read and comprehend. So what you like about the typeset appearance is irrelevant. Sorry, but it is. What is best, or what is relevant, is what is best for the reader, because we typeset documents to communicate ideas with colleagues and strangers. You need to typeset in a way that's most effective for others to comprehend. Right? This is not the same as what you like. I'm sorry, but it's not. Nor is it indeed the same as what other people profess to like. Instead, the most effective way to communicate for others and for them to comprehend it is to use, without meddling, the default logical structures of LaTeX. Because LaTeX has been designed from generations, from the wisdom of generations of printers, not from personal peccadillos. Abandon, I like. And with that thought, we'll finish this section.